Hey guys, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video I want to talk to you about optimizing your ads for the add to cart event. Now I want you to kind of look at this type of optimization event as a higher quality higher quality lead than a view content optimization ad. I guess the best way to put it is, imagine somebody walks on a car lot. Okay, they walk on a car lot, they start looking around at cars, and they say, you know what, I don't like any of this stuff. And they hop in their car, drive to the next car lot, look around, get back in their car, drive to the next car lot, look around, and then they go home. Okay, that's a view content person. Now, an add to cart person would be somebody that goes to a car lot, looks around, talks to the salesman and says, I'd like to take it for a test drive. And they test drive the vehicle. That person is strongly considering making that purchase. Otherwise, they wouldn't commit to adding it to the cart or, test driving the vehicle, right? Putting themselves in a position to make some sort of commitment to buy. So when you are optimizing your ads on Facebook for add to cart, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the people that show a history or a higher likelihood of at least adding a product to the cart. And that leads to more purchasers, obviously, right? So let's talk a little bit about this. Your add to cart pixel is going to fire on a shopping cart page. So that means whenever somebody goes to your product page and they hit add to cart or buy now, that's when the pixel is going to fire. You've done this probably many times before. You've gone to a website, you've viewed the product page, then you have to add it to your cart before you actually make your purchase. So this means the person took a second step, they made a little bit more of a commitment, and they're on their way to making the purchase, okay? Now, essentially, this is optimizing for people that are higher quality leads than just clickers, because they are making more of a commitment by adding a product to their cart. They're obviously a higher quality lead. They show a higher likelihood of following through and making a purchase. Now, this event happens often as people impulse add products to their cart all of the time. So this doesn't mean that they buy every time, but it's a higher quality lead than just someone that came, browsed, and left your website. So this is a great type of event to optimize on. All right, so not everybody that adds a product to the cart turns into a buyer, but I think I've said it 3 or 4 times now, common sense tells us that anybody that gets to step number 2 is a higher quality lead. So what Facebook is going to start doing is they're going to start paying attention not to just people that are clicking on your ad, but the ones that follow through and add a product to the cart. And they're going to say, all right, these people that are adding the products to the cart, what do they all have in common? Age group, gender, location, interest, what do they have in common? And Facebook is going to start trying to optimize your ad for you to show to people that are more likely to go through with that second step, which is going to increase your chances of getting sales. Now, you can easily start your ads optimizing for add to carts because it is an event that builds up pretty quickly, because it doesn't require a credit card, it doesn't require a sale, and people they impulse add stuff to cart. I mean, have you ever gone to a website before, shopped around, added a whole bunch of products to your shopping cart, and then just not bought anything? I bet you have. Well, you're still someone that's spending more time on the website, somebody that's seriously and strongly considering making purchases. Otherwise, you wouldn't be adding them to the cart, right? So you are a higher quality lead. And people do this just because there's no money commitment involved, I guess. I got tongue-tied for a second. You don't have to give your credit card to the site to add stuff to your shopping bag, right? It's kind of like when you walk into a store in the mall. If you have a little shopping cart, like a better A better example would be the grocery store. You go into the grocery store, you got your cart, you can start adding a bunch of products to it, right? And that's basically what's happening, is you're getting ready to make a purchase. You haven't made it yet, but you're getting ready to make it. While you're going through the grocery store, maybe you got some cookies in your shopping cart, and before you actually go check out, you say, you know what, I don't need those cookies. And you take them out of your shopping cart. But then you go put something else in. All right, so this event happens often. It's an impulse event. It is very easy for your ads to get a lot of data quickly when they're optimizing for add to carts, and they convert very, very, very well. Sometimes ads that I'm promoting that are optimized for add to carts actually convert better than checkouts. Now, that doesn't make much sense, but they do. That's why you have to split test everything. You do need to always split test, but essentially, the bottom line is add to cart leads, add to cart optimization should and is supposed to render higher and better results than view content, because it's looking for people that spend more time on the site and go to that step number 2. Okay, it doesn't build up as fast as view content, but it does build up fairly quickly. Now, it's great to transition from a view content to add to cart ad for higher quality leads from Facebook. And it's quite simple to do. You just duplicate your ad, but when you do it, now you're going to be selecting the add to cart event opposed to the view content event. Now, I know that might sound confusing, and you're new. You're most likely new, at least. So I'm going to go into Facebook and I'm going to show you how that would be done. And remember, if you're making money, if your ad is crushing it, and it doesn't matter what kind of event you're optimizing on. If your ad is crushing it, you might just leave it alone. If your ROI is insanely high. But traditionally, what I do is I started out optimizing my ads on view content, because it would build up so quickly. My pixel will get a lot of data, it learns faster, it can make wiser decisions. Then I started optimizing my ads for people more likely to add to cart, because while I was optimizing for view content ads, those people that were visiting my page were buying and they were adding products to cart. So my pixel was still learning. It was learning a lot about buyers. It was learning a lot about add to carts and view contents. So by the time I got to optimize for add to carts, I already had a ton of data on my pixel, and it worked very, very well. So, what we're going to do is we're not going to talk about view content. This is just a blank slide. We're going to go into Facebook, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so when you go into Facebook and you start building your ad, and you click on increase conversions to your website, and then of course right here is that little box you can click, and it's going to pull up all of the events that you want Facebook to optimize on. Now, in the last video, we went over view content. Now, in this video, I've just simply selected add to cart. Now I'm telling Facebook, hey, start paying attention to the people that are actually going through to step 2 and are more likely to make a purchase, and start optimizing more for them if possible. So all I've done, the only thing I'm changing in the process of setting up my ads is this one little step right here, okay? This one teeny tiny little step. And remember, as long as your Facebook pixel is on your site or on your store, it's learning. 24/7, it's learning. It's learning who the visitors are, who the add to cart shoppers are, and who the buyers are, whether you're running Facebook ads or not. So you want to make sure that you understand that, because at this point, you've probably already got a lot of add to cart data, and you've probably got some purchase data as well, right? Because you've had traffic. All you're doing now is telling Facebook to start looking at that data and optimizing your ad based upon that data, which is higher quality. So I know that might sound a little bit complicated, but it's not. There's 3 tiers of optimization we're going to talk about: view content, add to cart, and checkout or purchase. So what you need to know is, if you're optimizing for view content, you could definitely make a profit doing that. I've done it many times over, but it's the lowest tier of optimization. Add to cart is the middle ground tier. It's not the cream of the crop, but it's looking for people that might seriously consider buying or be more likely to do so. And then, of course, in the next video, we're going to talk about optimizing for purchases, which means Facebook looks at who all of your past buyers are and starts trying to show your ad to people more like that. I don't want you to think that, oh, well, you're not going to make any money if you optimize for add to carts or view contents. As long as you have a good ad, you got good targeting and a good product, you should definitely be able to make sales. All you're doing is leveraging the data that you have to heighten your chances of making more profit. It's not guaranteed, but it's like stacking the deck in your favor as much as possible, right? And when you do it with add to cart, it's supposed to increase your odds. Now, when you do split tests, you may find that, it doesn't always work out like it's supposed to, and that's okay. Nothing's ever guaranteed, but this event is here because it is supposed to target more higher quality leads based off of the data that it's received. Okay, so that's it for add to cart. I hope I simplified this as much as possible. Once again, don't get caught up in the technical side of it. Just understand that there's 3 tiers of leads. There's view content, there's add to cart, and there's buyers. Buyers are the best. Add to carts, have a great chance of converting because you have to add something to the cart before you buy, right? And of course, key page views, actually it's called view content now, are great because it's people that show a likelihood and an interest in buying because they're clicking your ad and they're browsing around. They're all 3 great, but at the end of the day, purchases are supposed to be the best. And obviously that should be common sense. So that's it for this video. Go ahead to the next and we'll talk about purchases.